Hello and welcome to my channel. I know it's been a while. It's actually been a few years, I believe maybe closer to 3 years since I last posted. I just wanted to make a video and return back to YouTube. I know that it has been quite some time, so I kind of wanted to get on here and explain the little bit of hiatus that I took and my decision to come back to YouTube. Before we get started, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Please make sure you hit that notification button for whenever I post a video, and I will be posting this year, so stay tuned for that. So I decided to take a break from YouTube. I believe it was back in 2021 or maybe 2022. I can't remember, but to be honest with you, this space of content creating, when I first started was during the pandemic. So that's really when I started diving into being more consistent with creating content, not only here, but also on Instagram. And it was going great. I thought it was going great. I thought that I was getting the hang of it and I was getting comfortable being on camera and, sharing my journey to help and inspire others to start their journey. And it was great. And I think a lot of the reason why it was great was because, I do have a corporate job. I do work full time. But during that time, of course, with the pandemic, I was working from home full time. So having that flexibility of being able to work from home and also create content, I was able to do both. So I know that towards the end of 2021, going into 2022 is when I had to return to the office, and, juggling that and having to go into the office, it was just a lot. It just became a lot. And it was hard for me to just sort of keep up with posting on Instagram and then posting consistently on YouTube. And, I just sort of fell off. I kind of felt a little bit burnt out, to be honest with you. And I would say that during this time, even though I was not creating content on YouTube, I have stayed consistent with Instagram, and posting a few times during the week. And of course, showing up on Sundays for self-care Sundays and just reminding, my community the importance of showing up for your hair and, choosing a day to wash your hair. Usually Sundays are my days that I wash my hair. So I just kind of kept up with that. And I just sort of, took a break from YouTube and just kind of let that die down. But throughout the time that throughout the break that I took from YouTube, I have missed coming on here on this platform, and I have missed, making videos and being detailed about my routine and sharing what I've been learning throughout the years. And I don't know, I was just like, it's time for me to come back. It's time for me to pick up where I left off and to continue to go. Personally, for me, I enjoy creating content. It's something that I feel like I really want to get good at, and I want to overall find a way to make this a full-time job. So hopefully one day I can leave my corporate job. I'm grateful for my job that I have, very much so, but it's not my passion. Natural hair is my passion. And I know that, I can talk about natural hair all day, and I can, review products and I don't know. It's a sense of joy that I get. It just comes natural to me. So I'm just in a space where it's like, I know what I want. So, it's all about just staying consistent and following through. So coming back to YouTube just feel like the right thing for me to do. So here I am. I have received a lot of comments and DMs here on YouTube as well as Instagram, in regards to hey, we miss you, what happened, come back, and all that stuff. So, the more I just saw those messages, the more it just sort of, I don't know, it stayed in my mind. And it's like, yeah, Rosie, why don't you go back? You need to go back, you know what I mean? Especially if this is something that you want to be doing one day full time. And I don't know, I just kind of felt bad just abandoning you guys and just, you know, ghosting. You know, but to be honest with you, I just needed a break. And you know, juggling a corporate job and then juggling multiple platforms, it just became a lot for me. But you know, taking this break really made me appreciate just it made me appreciate, you know, the community that I have built and the people that really rely on, you know, my guidance and my tip and my information for their natural hair journey. And I just want to continue to be that to you and to be a person that can support you and answer any questions you have about your natural hair journey. I know this journey, you know, for me, it was very eye-opening. And, you know, to me, eventually it just became more about hair. It just became more about self-love and prioritizing myself and making sure that, you know, I always put myself first. And there's just so many things that I have learned throughout my natural hair journey. And I really hope that you're able to find that as well. So, you know, after much thought, I was like, you know what, let me go ahead, let me come back, let me jump back on this, because I don't know, I have missed it, and I feel like, you know, I am holding myself more accountable more than ever. And, you know, I have a strict schedule, I have everything outlined, and I'm going to stay consistent throughout the year with showing up here and providing you with the support and guidance that you need so you can be successful in your natural hair journey. But I did want to take a moment to thank you all for all of your comments and just reaching out and, you know, showing support here on this channel. Even though I haven't posted in the last few years, I am going to be responding to older comments just to let you know that I'm back. And I also really appreciate the support over on Instagram and you guys following me there and just, you know, supporting the content that I'm making on there, that I have been making there. So, you know, honestly, thank you so much for that. You know, sometimes as a content creator, you know, you get so like wind up in what you're creating, and you feel like you're not doing enough and you feel like you should be doing more. But, you know, seeing your comments and seeing the support that you guys continue to give me, it feels really good. And I'm just very, very thankful. So thank you so much for that. I can't express how much that means to me. So thank you very, very much. Yeah, so I am back. I do want to start off my first video with something that I get asked a lot, and that is about my wash day routine. So I wanted to do a wash day vlog routine video just to show you what steps that I take with my hair on wash day, just so you have an understanding of, you know, the steps that I take, but also the reasons why I take these steps and why they've been so beneficial throughout my journey. So that's going to be today's video. I'm going to outline every step that I take on my wash day, and hopefully it can better help guide you in regards to building the wash day routine that your hair needs in order for you to be successful in your journey. So before we get started, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Definitely hit that notification button so you are aware when I post new videos. And with that being said, queens, let's get started. When it comes to my wash days, pre-pooing my hair is the first step that I take on wash day. Now, I have been pre-pooing my hair since going natural in 2017, and let me tell you, pre-pooing has been such a game changer for me. Prepooing is a conditioning treatment that helps add moisture to your hair before, you know, starting the shampoo process. You know, prepooing also helps with the detangling process and really just softening your hair just to make it more better to manage your hair. Now, this approach has really helped a lot with my length retention over the years. I really find it that when I really take the time to go ahead and prepoo and detangle my hair the best way I can, it just really makes my wash day process overall just so much easier. On my wash days, I like to wear gloves, and it honestly just made such a difference for me. I'm really focusing on taking better care of my nails and just helping them grow longer and stronger. Plus, I've noticed that wearing gloves just makes the whole process easier and gentler on my hands. It's a small change, but it's been super helpful. Before I start my pre-poo routine, I like to section my hair into smaller sections. I'm always gentle during this step, just focusing on letting my hair naturally separate where it wants to instead of forcing apart curls that aren't ready. This is actually day 8 hair, and while it still looks good and, it still feels somewhat moisturized, I'm still very mindful of being gentle to prevent unnecessary breakage. Working in small sections just really allows me to pre-poo and detangle thoroughly and, of course, with care. Yes, I know that when it comes to pre-pooing, yes, it's an extra step in your wash day routine. And because it's an added step, it definitely makes the process longer, but honestly, the benefits of pre-pooing makes the extra time so worth it. Now, for me, it's all about adding moisture back into my hair before I even start shampooing. Now, shampoo can sometimes strip the hair of its natural oils, and for me, over the years, I've just found out that when I pre-poo, my hair retains more moisture even after rinsing out the shampoo. To me, when it comes to pre-pooing, it's like creating a protective barrier. So, my hair isn't left feeling super dry and brittle after cleansing. To pre-poo, I usually use the African Pride pre-shampoo. I absolutely love this stuff. The slip on it is just absolutely amazing. It always gets my curls right. I went to my local beauty supply store, and unfortunately, they were completely out of the African Pride pre-shampoo. So I went ahead and I picked up the Aussie conditioner. I love this conditioner because it has tons of slip. It's really, really great. And it's pretty affordable too. So I went ahead and I picked that up instead. So I'm just taking each section and I'm spraying it with some water. I'm applying that conditioner, and then I'm going to go in and just rake it through my curls. I like to separate the hair, do a little bit of finger detangling just to start removing the shed hair. And once I've done the finger detangling, then I will go ahead in with my Tangle Teaser brush and then try to brush that section out just to remove as much of the shed hair that I can. Again, I really don't try to remove all of the shed hair. One thing that I also keep in mind when I'm pre-pooing is just the products that I use for when I styled my hair the week before. So, let's say, for example, if I went ahead and used, or if I went ahead and did a wash and go and I used a strong gel hold, I try to be mindful of that and know that, not all of the shed hair is going to come out during this stage. So that's why I do, a combination of finger detangling as well as using my brush. I also love using an oil too to pre-poo. That's something that I've been doing for what I would say the last 7, almost 8 years into my journey. And again, it just helps to soften the hair. And using my brush just kind of really helps to remove all of that shed hair. But yeah, this is usually the step that I take when I'm pre-pooing. I take my time with each section, just kind of want to make sure that I'm removing the shed hair as well as, minimizing any kind of breakage. But pre-pooing has been a game changer for me. It's really been helpful. And I feel like it's been one of the key reasons that I've been able to retain so much length throughout the years. Now, I'll admit that there was a time where I thought that I could skip this step. How silly of me. Now, in my early years of transitioning to natural, I tried to go straight into shampooing without pre-pooing, and let me tell you, it was a disaster. Like a real disaster. Now, my wash day ended up taking even longer because my hair was so tangled after shampooing. Now, without pre-pooing, I hadn't taken the time to properly soften and detangled my hair or remove any of the shed strands beforehand. So instead of saving time, I actually added more time, and I was really frustrated during my wash day routine. So that's really the reason why I continue to incorporate this step. Over the years, I've realized just how crucial pre-pooing is, especially when it comes to length retention. It's not just about adding moisture, it's also about reducing tangles and breakage. But, here's the thing, when I pre-poo, I'm not overly focused on removing every single shed hair. In my experience, shed hair tends to come out in stages throughout the entire wash day process. So, some shed strands will slip out during pre-pooing, others will come out after shampooing, and more will release during conditioning and styling. So, instead of forcing, every last shed strand out during pre-pooing, I just focus on gently removing the ones that, that are ready to come out naturally. I have found out that, just being overly aggressive or forceful during this step can actually lead to more breakage. And of course, that's the last thing that I want. At the end of the day, pre-pooing is one of those steps that, might feel optional, but for me, it's absolutely essential. It just really sets the foundation for a smoother, more manageable wash day. And honestly, my hair just feels and looks so much better when I take the time to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and play some music as I continue to pre-poo, but the next step for me in my wash day routine is doing a hot oil treatment. So I'll come back to share more information about that. So once I'm done with pre-pooing, I like to go in and do a hot oil treatment. Now, you don't have to do a hot oil treatment every time you wash your hair, but I am super extra with my hair, so I do this every wash day. So I'm going to be using the Sultanicals Nappuccino Hot Oil Coffee Amino. I've been using this oil for quite a few years now. It's one of my favorites. So it's specially formulated to replenish and combat overprocessed hair, as well as nourish, the hair follicles to increase blood flow to the hair and scalp. Before applying it, I do like to warm up the oil, and then I am just massaging that to my scalp. And I'll usually do like a nice scalp massage for about 10 minutes or so, just to really make sure that I've covered my entire head with the oil. Hot oil treatments are such a great addition to your wash day routine, especially if your hair tends to feel dry or brittle. They help to deeply nourish and moisturize your strands, seal in hydration, and even improve scalp health. So I love doing them because they add softness and shine and help reduce breakage by strengthening my hair. Plus, the warmth of the oil, it penetrates better, just making it more effective. It's a simple step, but the benefits really show in the overall health and manageability of my hair. So I'm using a shower cap to cover my hair, and then I'm also going to be using a heating cap as well that I heated in the microwave. Going to leave this on for 30 minutes, and I will come back when it's time to shampoo. Before moving on to shampooing, I make sure to thoroughly rinse out the pre-poo treatment with warm water. Now, this step is really important because I want to remove as much of the pre-poo product as possible just to give my shampoo a clean slate to work with. Now, with warm water, warm water helps to loosen up the product and allows it to rinse out more effectively without leaving any residue behind. I take my time during this step, just gently massaging my scalp and running my fingers through my hair just to ensure every section is rinsed really well. Starting with a clean prepped foundation just makes the shampoo process so much smoother, and it just really ensures that my hair gets properly cleansed without feeling weighed down by leftover product. When it comes to shampooing, I like to do 2 rounds for the best results. Now for the first round, I like to start with a clarifying shampoo. I am using the Peppermint Tea Tree Clarifying Shampoo by Eden Body Works. I love this shampoo. Now clarifying shampoos are great because they deeply cleanse the scalp and hair, removing product buildup, excess oil and impurities that can really weigh your hair down over time. Now this step is so important just because a clean scalp is just really the foundation for healthy hair growth. I also want to highlight the importance of actually shampooing your hair on wash day instead of co-washing. Now, while co-washing has its place, it really doesn't give your scalp and hair that deep cleanse that it needs to truly reset. Shampooing just helps ensures your hair is properly cleansed, refreshed, and ready to fully absorb moisture from your conditioner and other treatments. So for me, in my journey, I have learned that first, clarifying shampoo sets the stage for everything else in my routine. For my second round of shampoo, I'm going to go ahead and use the Camille Rose Lavender Fresh Cleanse shampoo. Now, this shampoo is more on the moisturizing side, which makes it perfect for following up after a clarifying shampoo. Now, because it's my second cleanse, I notice a richer, creamier lather, and it just feels so luxurious as it glides through my hair. I absolutely love this shampoo. It not only cleanses my hair, but it also leaves it feeling really soft, hydrated, and refreshed. Now, it's such a gentle yet effective cleanser, and honestly, it's been one of my favorites to use on wash day. After shampooing, I move on to conditioning, and for this step, I'm using the Aussie conditioner. Now, I love this conditioner because it's great for adding moisture back into my hair after cleansing, and it has amazing slip, which makes it perfect for detangling. Now, this is also the point in my routine where I like to unravel my twist and do a little bit more thorough detangling. One thing that I want to highlight again is that not all the shed hair comes out during the pre-poo phase. That's completely normal. Conditioning gives me, it gives me another opportunity to gently work through my strands, allowing any remaining shed hair to slide out more easily. By this stage, my hair feels so much softer, cleaner, which is just, it's great because it just really helps reduce unnecessary tugging or pulling as I detangle. Taking the time to properly condition and detangle here sets me up for an easier deep conditioning process. Now, once I'm ready to apply my deep conditioner, I can focus entirely on letting it penetrate my strands without worrying about knots, tangles, or leftover shed hair. Now, this approach has been a game changer for me because it minimizes breakage and just really makes my overall wash day flow so much smoother, which is a plus for me. And, for me, when it comes to conditioning, it really isn't just about adding moisture. It's also about prepping my hair for the next step and making sure every stage of my routine builds on the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit more music as you guys can see how I detangle my hair and just how careful and cautious I am with my strands. And I will come back when it's time to deep condition. Now it's time for one of the most important steps in my wash day routine, which is deep conditioning. Now, I cannot stress enough how essential this step is for maintaining healthy, moisturized hair. And honestly, it's a non-negotiable for me every single wash day. Now, deep conditioning goes beyond what a regular conditioner can do because it penetrates deeper into the hair shaft, delivering intense moisture, nourishment, and strengthening benefits that your hair really needs, especially after shampooing. So I'm rinsing off the conditioner in sections, and for today's deep conditioning session, I am using the TGIN Honey Miracle Hair Mask. Now, this deep conditioner is one of my absolute favorites. It's incredibly moisturizing, and my hair just drinks it up every single time. Now, the texture of this deep conditioner is rich, the slip is amazing, and it leaves my hair feeling so soft, hydrated, and overall manageable. Now, I also love that it's packed with honey, which is a natural humectant, which really helps to draw moisture into my strands and just keeping it locked in. Now, deep conditioning isn't just about making your hair feel good in the moment, it's about long-term health. It helps improve elasticity, prevents breakage, and keeps your curls defined and bouncy. Now, skipping this step can leave your hair, vulnerable to dryness, brittleness, and damage over time. That's why I make sure to incorporate deep conditioning every single wash day, no matter what. To take my deep conditioning routine to the next level, I love adding an oil to my deep conditioner. This extra step helps seal in all that moisture, making the treatment even more effective, especially since I'll be sitting under a dryer for about 30 minutes to really allow the products to penetrate my strands. Incorporating an oil with my deep conditioner has made such a difference in how my hair feels after rinsing. The combination of heat from the dryer and the richness of the oil just really ensures that my hair absorbs all the benefit of the deep conditioner, just leaving it incredibly soft, hydrating, and strong. If you haven't tried pairing your deep conditioner with an oil yet, I definitely recommend giving it a shot. It's a simple step, but the results are so worth it, and I just feel like your hair is going to thank you for the extra love and care. When it comes to deep conditioning, I like to take my time during this step, and just make sure that every strand is fully coated, especially because I'm going to also just be sitting under the dryer for about 30 minutes. And, I just feel like this step is just worth every minute because when I rinse it out, my hair feels like butter. It's just so soft, so smooth, and it's just ready for styling. Now, if you're already not deep conditioning consistently, first off, what are you doing? But really, I highly recommend making it a regular part of your wash day routine, especially if you're dealing with dryness, you're seeing more breakage, we're entering the winter time. So this really is a time for you to really show some love to your hair and just keep it moisturized, keep it nourished. And that's exactly is what a deep conditioner is going to give you. So I highly recommend making it a regular part of your wash day routine. Your hair is absolutely going to thank you for it, and you're really going to see a huge difference in your hair. You're really going to see your curls thriving once you incorporate deep conditioning on a consistent basis. I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit more music as I prep my hair to sit under the dryer, and I will come back when it's time to apply my leave-in conditioner and to style my hair. it's time to apply my leave-in conditioner, and I prefer to do this step while I'm in the shower. I find that applying my leave-in conditioner on soaking wet hair just makes such a difference in how well it penetrates in my strands. Now, the warm steam from the shower just helps open up my hair cuticles, allowing the leave-in conditioner to absorb more effectively. Now, this approach ensures that my hair gets the maximum benefit from the product, locking in moisture right from the start. Plus, applying it in the shower just helps me evenly distribute the product throughout my hair while it's still wet, and overall it just sets the stage for a smooth and defined wash and go, which is the style that I will be doing today. For this step, I'm using the Camille Rose Coconut Water Leave-In Conditioner. Now, this leave-in is hands down one of my favorites. It's incredibly moisturizing, and the slip is just amazing. It just melts into my hair, and it just makes it so easy to work through my strands. Now, this is especially important since I am preparing for a wash and go style. Having a leave-in that hydrates and provides slip means I'm starting off with a solid foundation, for definition, shine, and long-lasting moisture. Applying my leave-in in the shower has honestly just been a game changer in my routine. It's just one of those small adjustments that just makes a big difference in how my hair feels and performs throughout the week. If you've never tried applying your leave-in while your hair is soaking wet, I definitely recommend giving it a try. It just might change your entire wash day experience for the better. For the final step of my wash day routine, I am styling my hair in a wash and go. Now, I won't be going into too much detail about my wash and go routine in this video because I want to dedicate an entire video to just, breaking down my full process. In that upcoming video, I'll go more in depth about the specific products that I use, the techniques I rely on, and the step-by-step process I follow to achieve a defined, moisturized, and long-lasting wash and go style. For now, I just wanted to give you a little preview of how I style my hair after completing, all the cleansing, conditioning, and moisturizing steps. Wash and goes have become one of my favorite styles over the years, just because they allow me to really showcase my natural curls, in their full glory. And, let's be real, after all that effort I put into cleansing, deep conditioning, and moisturizing, I always want my curls to shine and look their best. Definitely stay tuned for my next dedicated wash and go video coming here in the next couple of weeks. I'll be sharing all of my tips and tricks just to help you get the most definition, moisture, and longevity out of your wash and goes. I'm very excited to share that video with you guys very soon, so stay tuned. you have it. That is my very detailed wash day routine. I really hope that you learned something. I hope that I was able to provide you with guidance. I know that this video may be a little long, but I think it was really important for me to be as detailed as possible in regards to the steps that I take and the reasons that I take these steps on wash day. Wash day does take me a little bit longer these days because my hair is a lot longer, and because my hair is a lot longer, I do take my time, especially, you know, when it comes to detangling. You know, I try to be very, very careful with that in order to minimize, you know, breaking my hair. So, because this was a lot of work, so you know, we can't be doing that. So, but I really hope that you found this video very informative. If you have any questions or anything about wash day that you would like to ask, definitely put it down in the comments. I will be answering your questions. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video to the very end. Appreciate you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.